Hi, so today marks about 18 days since I had the Toupet fundoplication surgery, and as you can probably tell, I am healing. I'm no longer I've no longer got that out of breath symptom that I probably had in the earlier post-surgery videos, which is good. And I'm just making a video about some problems that I've had that you might also have, and some of the solutions that I've found, just to open the discussion about it a bit more. So the two problems I've had, one is excess gas and two is nausea due to green tea and also ginger tea. Yeah, I think those are the only two triggers at the moment. So the first problem is excess gas, which just seemed to have a huge build-up of gas in my stomach, and it's really painful to the extent that sometimes it causes it feels like it's affecting the healing process. It feels really sore inside my esophagus and in my diaphragm on the left hand side, probably where they stitched it into my stomach. Actually, that makes sense. The gas is probably pressing against the esophagus. So what I've taken to do to treat that is take some tablets called wind settlers, and I'm taking them with every meal. It does say on the box to have them I think 2 to 4 times a day, but it says more if needed, so I'm eating 5 times a day at the moment as per the Acid Watcher diet. Everything is blended, and I'm taking two wind settler tablets with every meal, and that's really helping to stop the gas getting stuck. I believe the reason the gas gets stuck is because the valve has been the lower esophageal valve has been tightened so much that the gas you can't burp it out. It has to go out one way, and the only way is down, and that causes it to build up. That's what Dr. Google said anyways, although I'm a little bit suspicious about that because it seems like there's more gas being produced than normally would be, so I believe there's probably another physiological reason for the excess buildup of gas. And one thing that I would like to do going forward is maybe get tested for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which I've heard from a naturopath there is a 750%, even though that isn't actually a real number, a huge greater increase if you're having it if you've been on proton pump inhibitor tablets, which I've been on for over 10 years prior to the surgery. So I would like to get tested for things like that, in case any kind of imbalance in my microbiome is contributing to nausea and that sort of thing. Because my original goal in July last year when I started, the goal of solving my stomach problems was to be healthy, and the surgery is a huge part of that, but I don't think it's the only part of that. A lot of it is diet and also cutting out green tea, which leads me on to the next problem that I've been having, which is my psychological addiction to green tea and also ginger tea, both of which seem to make me feel sick, and they still make me feel sick after the surgery. And as I've explained previously, I did actually, for the first time since being 14 years old, manage to give up green tea last July, and I did it until April this year. I started to drink green tea again when I found out about losing somebody close to me. I don't want to blame the green tea drinking on that, but it was partly to do with that. I just didn't really care anymore. All those other issues going on as well that pushed me into drinking green tea. It sounds like I'm talking about alcohol. Like, I know drinking green tea to most people, it's actually comical when I describe it as an addiction, but it is an addiction. I think a psychological addiction, well, also a physiological because of the caffeine, but it is an addiction because it's a behaviour that I do knowing it's going to make me ill, and I think any behaviour that you compulsively do like that knowing it's going to make you feel sick is a problem. So I do actually have a green tea addiction problem, and I fell off the green tea wagon in April again. But yesterday I had quite a bad day with it, so I drank one in the morning and then I tried to drink another one later on, and I felt sick in my stomach, and then I started drinking ginger tea, which also makes me feel sick, and I don't know why that makes me feel sick, because there are a lot of people on the hiatal hernia support Facebook support group who have recommended to me to drink ginger tea for nausea, and they actually had bigger hernias than me, like hernias that were in the, like really big hernias that were completely in the stomach, was completely in the chest cavity, whereas my hernia was only 2 to 3 centimeters, just slightly. And but I did have a very, very lax esophagus valve, lower esophageal valve. But anyways, a lot of people have actually recommended to me, drink ginger tea, it will help with your nausea. But every time I drink it, okay, I might get away with 1 cup, but by the second cup, which I do tend to do because of my kind of addictive nature, by the second cup I feel sick, and it's horrible. And it's even kind of worse knowing you've had surgery and you've done something to make yourself feel sick. And yesterday I did drink a few cups of ginger tea, and then I felt really sick. And what I've come to realise is what you need to do with this type of compulsive behaviour is to actually think of the negatives before you make the decision to drink that drink. So I always think of the positives about drinking green tea. I think, oh, it'll stop me from getting Alzheimer's, because I think there's some research out there that says that. Oh, it's full of antioxidants. Oh, it'll wake me up. That's the main one. But okay, I may allow myself to have 1 cup of green tea in the morning to wake me up. After that, I won't really want to make it a goal to have 1 cup in the morning, and after that just drink warm water instead, because after that first cup I feel sick and I don't want to feel sick, and I need to think about the fact that I feel sick before I pour that cup of tea, not the fact that it's good for me, not the fact that I think it'll wake me up, la 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 la. I need to think really hard and strong about the fact that it will make me feel sick, and that's what I recommend to you as well. If you have any kind of compulsive eating or drinking behaviours, you need to think about the negatives. You need to think about how it's going to damage you before you drink it, and try and ride out the urge, which I'm struggling to do at the moment, or drink something else, so warm water or eat something else. It's going to be better for you. So I've been replacing that with warm water and today, and also I've been replacing the ginger tea with warm water, and I do feel better. And actually it does feel really nice just to think like how nice water makes your body feel, and it washes away all the acid and it makes you feel calm. And today I was just also thinking about how good I used to feel when I was drinking no tea at all, because tea does make me anxious. I think about 20% of the population, tea does not make them feel anxious or affect their sleep, but for me it does, and it actually feels really nice just to be a bit calmer, and that's what I need to think of when I go to make that impulsive decision to have a cup of tea. I need to think of the negatives and not do it. So yeah, those are the 2 problems, and those are the 2 solutions to those problems, and just to the overall the thoughts that I was having, like a few kind of hopelessness thoughts following the passing of my ex-boyfriend, which was kind of getting in the way of me kind of having positive aspirations for my own life, because it feels really selfish, but I'm alive, and as long as I am alive, what's the point in damaging myself? You might as well, if you're alive, you might as well do what you can to make it as least uncomfortable journey as you can. So that's what I want to try and do, and that's how I want to move forward. So yeah, good luck to everybody. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're eating a lot of vegetables, low acid vegetables, and drinking a lot of water, because that's what we're supposed to drink. We're supposed to drink water. Yeah, thank you. Bye.